maybe a couple of turnovers that don't hit the floor. You look at the Tennessee Tech game, a couple of things go different there. The UT Martin game, a couple of things. The ball bounces a little different there. We've been in every ball game other than, and I keep saying, other than the SEMO game. The SEMO game, I never felt like we came ready to play that week. But other than that game, I mean, you've got a realistic shot to be sitting here, with a record that puts you in the one of the top teams in the conference. And I really truly believe that. And we're just, we're so close, and I think that's what's made it so fun this year. And I know that sounds weird to say with the record that we're at, but it's made it so fun, but at the same time it's made it very heart-wrenching sometimes because we are very, very close. Build, and it has a lot of different meanings. It's build off of last week, obviously, the win. And I tell you, the reason why I went that way is because it's been an awful long time since Murray State has come back and won from behind. We did it SEMO last year at the beginning of the year, a 4-point deficit, but I mean, you're talking about being down 10 points in the fourth quarter. It's been a long time since we have actually stayed in the fight, kept throwing punches, and fought our way back to a victory, especially in overtime like that. Whereas most of the time in previous years we would have packed our toys and went home. I think that was the thing that I was most proud of the other night. Was it wasn't pretty, it wasn't clean. There was a lot of things that we had to correct, but man, we kept the fight going. And for the first time I saw a little bit of gravel in our guts from the team standpoint of they were relishing the fight. They wanted to be in the fight. They thought that they could. They believed. We talked last week about belief. I thought that they believed that they could get out of that place with a victory. So we want to build on that. We want to build on that mindset. We've told these other guys, this is not, you guys, this is not the season that we wanted. From a wins and loss standpoint. But older guys, you need to understand you're building something. You're building something for these younger guys so that next year, and that's what we've got to continue to do because we've got 2 more weeks to do that. So we've got to continue building on that so that when these younger guys come back next year, they've got a taste of that. Because I'm going to tell you, there's no better feeling. There is no better feeling than the feeling you get when you do something like Saturday night, when that team's running out there on the field and coaches, man, they're jumping up and down and hugging and hugging kids and high-fiving and all. There is no better feeling. And I told the team that after the game, I said, hey, you're going to get back in Murray about 9 o'clock. I want you to go out and have fun and celebrate and all that kind of stuff, but you need to understand there is no feeling better than what you're feeling right now in this locker room. And we've got to build on that feeling and continue that feeling for these next 2 weeks. The thing that was most encouraging Saturday was we had all of these injuries that I talked to you guys about because, you guys want to know and you want to know how the team's doing and all that kind of stuff. But we didn't, as a team, we didn't focus on that. We weren't concerned with how many injuries we had. It was just whoever's going to step up into that injured person's place, you've got to go make plays. You got to be ready when your number's called, and that's what we focused on. And so I think from that standpoint, you got guys like Jesse Blackburn who all of a sudden he has a night, which it didn't surprise me at all. I've known that for a long time that Jesse Blackburn could play like that. But you got Ski beat up, because he's not going to be 100% this week. He's not going to be anywhere close to 100%. He'll do the same thing. We'll shelf him Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll practice him a little bit Friday. He'll show up to the game, and hopefully he just, he continues on like he's been. He's a Saturday player right now. But I do think Bobo will be back. Harness will be back. But somebody's going to have to do that again. Somebody's going to have to step up and make plays. And that was what was so exciting the other night is you got Paul Rice, man. He has been just, golly, he's been so solid for us. You got Jesse Blackburn. He steps up, and not only is he solid, he makes some plays. He's out there jumping over and making some plays. And I look, you got T-Ray Malone. What a night that guy had. And we dropped him down at defensive end half the night. We played with 2 D linemen and had him and Jalen Harrington as 2 defensive ends because we were beat up there. You continue to watch Shipley on that side of the ball do some things. And you got Irby out there one-handed. I'm watching Joe Irby. He's literally passed, and that was a good defensive front now. That was a very good defensive ball team. And I've got Irby out there, and he's like one-legged man in a butt kicking contest. You know, I bet his right arm's just as sore as it could be because he played with his right arm the whole time. And and the other guy, Ethan Felton played more snaps the other night than he's ever played because we couldn't even get into 10 personnel offensively, so we had to stay in 11. And just, man, when you look at that as a team, it makes you awfully proud as a coach when you can come back in on Sunday and you watch that film. And now, again, do we have plenty of things to correct? Are we there yet? No, not even close. But, man, from an effort standpoint and from a buying in standpoint and having guys step up and make plays and those things, man, I could not be prouder than those kids. I'll be honest with you, I see them a little bit differently offensively this year. They've normally been big sets, ground and pound, and they may come out and try to pound our fannies. I don't know, but normally they're a tight end set and they're going to come down. And now they've got that quarterback, the transfer from Cincinnati. I'm not very good with names. He can throw it all over the yard. They've got a lot of run-pass options that they do with him, which makes it very tough to defend, where they're running with the offensive line, but they're throwing with the wide outs. So they're a little bit more spread. I even think they're going to some up-tempo this year. So they, be honest with you, they look very familiar to us. They're very familiar to what you see when you watch us now. But defensively now, EKU is EKU. They're going to look a lot like the team we just played. They're going to be very disciplined in what they do, especially up front. They've got the old boy from Ohio State, and he's every bit he's made out to be. And he's twitchy, he's big. He can roll now. So he presents some problems, and they're just they're classic EKU. They're going to be a very solid football team. It's going to be a plate game for us. I don't even know if they're ranked anymore, but to me, this is a in-state rivalry, so it's going to be a plate game. I don't care if both of us wind up being last in the conference from here on out. Every time we play Eastern Kentucky, if we win, that's going to be a horseshoe on the wall for us because to me it's the state championship game.